Go.
Good morning and welcome to the 1001st episode of the Daily Huddle podcast, where we dive deep into the power of introversion in the business world today. I'm your host, Sorel Ketan. My partner in good deeds is Giovanni Gonzalez, the co-founder of the Daily Huddle. And today we're exploring how embracing our introverted selves can unlock incredible potential for client satisfaction, business growth, and personal fulfillment. With us today is the remarkable Inga Faison-Cavitt, a testament to the strength that lies in quiet introspection and empathetic engagement. In a world that often celebrates the loudest voices, we're here to shine a light on the quiet power of introversion today. So join us as we embark on this journey and this conversation, how to turn what some may see as a liability into your greatest professional asset. So it's time to hear, it's time to see, it's time to understand the introvert's advantage in business. Roll that video, Liz. If you raise your hand when I ask the question, are you an extrovert? I want you to know this. You're just an introvert pretending to be something else. Today, Ingafay is here with us. She is an authenticity strategist who champions women's success through genuine, human-centric sales and lead generation strategies, all while living her dream of faith, family, freedom, flexibility, and fitness. She is a proclaimed introvert. We're here today to discover the secret to success without changing who you are. In this conversation with Inga, we'll work to reveal how introverts can shine anywhere, anytime, with anyone. Good morning, Inga, and welcome to the Daily Huddle. It's so good to have you back.
Yes, it's so good to be back. Thank you for having me again.
And let's just kick it off, all right?
Okay.
To kick things off, could you share with us a pivotal moment when you recognized that your introverted nature was a strength in your professional journey?
Well, one of my mentors had given me a challenge to go out and meet new people. And at the time, I had really done a lot of self-reflection on how I wanted to build my business and what kind of things I wanted to do. So her idea was me to go out and talk to people that I didn't know, just in my everyday life. But then what I thought about was how could I truly be true to myself and still reach the same outcome as she wanted me to do. I had used surveys before, but I had stopped using them. And I had someone share a survey with me, and I just instantaneously thought maybe this is a way that I can do what she wants me to do, but I can do it in my way. It would allow me to, one, meet new people. It would allow me to interact with them, find out what their needs are, and then as a result of finding that information out, truly being able to find a way to serve them if I could with my product or service. So when I started doing that, it was just, as my father used to say, I was dazed, glazed, and amazed by the results and the feedback that I got from people, that they really felt like I genuinely wanted to help them, that I wasn't just trying to sell them something, that I really truly cared about what they wanted and what they were trying to overcome, and was really working to find a way to really help them to achieve their desired result. So they were seen, they were heard, and they felt like they were understood because of the action that I had taken. When I had done it another way, it didn't come with that same outcome, and it didn't have that same influence and warm feeling after I had done it.
Now that's how they felt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's the impact on them. I'm
Right.
wondering, what was the impact on you? What was it
It
like for you discovering that, oh my God, I can do what I love without compromising whatever it is that feels like me on the inside?
it was absolutely breathtaking. I can't even describe how I felt that I was able to actually achieve something that really I was able to do with a method and technique that really resonated with me and still got the desired outcome. Because before I guess they would say raised up in my business by extroverts. So I was doing what they told me to do, which I never really liked, which really drained me of so much energy when I did it that I
Pause a
really
little
didn't.
bit. Pause a little bit without you losing your train of thought, right? Because yesterday, as we were speaking, we started playing with this idea of there aren't really extroverts in the world. Maybe there's just a bunch of people pretending not to feel the same way that proclaimed introverts feel. So, what was it that the extroverted people were telling you to do back then?
um they were telling me to go and just talk to people. And I can't just go talk to people. I mean, I would have to find some kind of commonality with them, feel like we had something in common in some kind of way that we could really have a conversation and resonate with one another. So that is what they told me to do. So I would talk to people about shoes. I mean, because I'm a shoe person. Or if somebody had on an animal print, I love animal print. So that's how I did it. But again, it wasn't like when I started talking to these people, I didn't know if they were the person that I should be talking to. I didn't have any background information. I didn't even know how they were going to react to me. So, as an introvert, that's not something that really resonates with me. I want to kind of feel the people out first
Okay.
to really see or feel safe enough to be like, okay, well, I can be like Inga now. So yeah, so that was the part that really bothered me because I didn't have that safe space. And when I used this technique through surveys, I felt like I had the safe place because they kind of told me where they were. But I mean, they told me what kind of things they were dealing with and their reaction to how they answered the questions that I could clearly determine that they were my person. So it was so much easier to do it that way, more so than just kind of blindly going in, just starting talking to somebody. And maybe, maybe they were rude. Maybe they didn't want to they just had a bad day. They didn't even want to talk to me. I mean, all of that
Mm.
can play into how people interact with you. So that part was really somewhat scary to me, although I did it, but never felt good doing it. So,
You said two words as you were creating this with us. You said, my person. And I'm wondering, it struck me, it's like, well, is there such a thing? Could it be that everyone is quote unquote my person? And until I dig enough, like an introvert would, I just don't get to find find out that they are my person. So what is it for you when that clicks and you go, oh yeah, that's my person? What's the connection that's made, or what is revealed about that person for you? What's important to you as an introvert for you to say, that's my person?
well, I think if they have a problem or a struggle that I feel like I could help them with,
Mm.
or if I can't help them with it, that I may know someone that could help them with it. I think that's really that's how I hone in because, there are some people, and I know a lot of these people that are listening today are entrepreneurs. There are people that we talk to that like to rant about whatever is going on with them. And then there are people that actually want to take action and make a change. So I have the survey gives me allows me to really filter that person out based on how they answer the questions. If they're
Mm.
somebody that rants or if they want to be an action taker and are looking for help.
Yeah. So as a business owner, you're really looking for a way. Chase put a comment there saying, looking for a way to authentically compliment a person is a great way. So for you to even discover that, it takes one, if I'm hearing you correctly, seeing if they have a problem that you or your services could be a solution to.
Right.
And to be in that relationship, client to consultant, in a way that fits. Like you work to determine a fit first. So
Right.
tell me this. In a world where you say people love to be seen, heard, and understood, what would you say are the top three introvert traits that introverts themselves need to embrace and
Uh,
model the rest of us?
okay, so the top traits I would say first and foremost to be empathetic, where you could really empathize with the person and truly understand where they're coming from by, just asking questions to find out what's going on with them. Um, then it would be a good listener. So as a good listener, you when they actually tell you what's going on with them, that you reiterate what you tell them, or based off what they said, that you may ask another question to find out more information about what's truly going on with them. And then the third would be focus, that you really focus your attention on this particular person. I mean, we are living in a world of distraction these days, from social media to text messages to ad advertisements anytime we go on the internet, depending on what we searched in Google, that you're really able to focus on them and find out what's truly going on with them. So it makes me think about what I call is the A game. So you ask and you don't assume, you
Mm-hmm.
assist instead of annoying, and then you're able to attract and not attack people with whatever you want to serve them with based on
Mm.
what their needs are.
Uh, Dr. Davis raised her hand with a question. Dr. Davis, hang on one second. I'd love for you to follow up, Inga, with this. You mentioned being empathetic, being a good listener, and being focused. And in the context you created, where people who are introverts can embrace their innate traits to be very successful in business, do you find that being focused, being a great listener, and being empathetic, are those innate traits for introverts? And do introverts actually tend to push that away, saying, I don't want to be that way, I want to be an extrovert? What is it like for you as an introvert in that realm? Did you discover that you had those and then embrace them? Or did they come naturally to you?
Yeah, they came naturally to me, but I think when you well, I know it's not I think. I know that when you are an entrepreneur, um, you when you're an introvert, you feel like you have to be bold and outgoing all the time for you to get the sale. I'll say it that way.
You mean an
That
extrovert?
I mean, an extrovert.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to be bold. No, no, no. No, I said it right. Introvert. Because
Okay.
if you're being led by extroverts, because this is what you see them do. So you feel like you have to mimic what they're doing. So
Okay.
yeah, they're bold, they're talking to people, they're telling people about their product or service in some cases, not necessarily finding out what they truly need, but they just feel like they have to be really boastful about what they're doing, and people are going to flock to them just because, I don't know, maybe because they think they have the best thing since sliced bread. But an introvert can, I think, when we use our innate gifts and truly are listening to what people are going through or what their problem is, we can truly find what their need is and then be able to give them a solution, more so than being so boastful that their product is the best thing since sliced bread. But if it doesn't relate to the customer, or the market is not interested in what you have to do that market research for you to be able to develop something that people can really relate to and use. in their life or in their business to make their life easier or to give them some kind of return on their investment, whether it be not using as much time doing something or having some more money come in because as a result of you doing whatever you're doing. So I think that's the difference. And that's the power of the introvert, that you really do what resonates with you instead of being something that you're not.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll go back to saying, yeah, introverts, unite and embrace your natural traits. Extroverts, stop pretending.
Yes.
Do what the
Yes, yes,
introverts
yes.
do, and you might find different results. Dr. Davis, would you please come off mute?
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Inga, for joining the Daily Huddle today. My question is, it's rooted in my thinking about what you're saying and my thinking about the differences between what they traditionally call type A personalities versus type B personalities. And also just me seeing over the last couple of years more books about the power of introverts. Like I've never in my life have ever seen so many books about the benefits of being an introvert and the power of introverts. It seems like I don't want to say it's a new thing, but I've just seen more of it over the last couple of years. And I wanted to get your view on the why behind that. I'm wondering, is part of the why a discovery that maybe a kind of like what you were talking about, Sorrel, is part of the why um maybe there's more sustainability or like long-term value of being an introvert versus an extrovert if you are a leader or if you are a CEO or entrepreneur? Are there like long-term values that are now being uncovered that that we haven't realized before? I just wanted to get your thoughts on the why of all this talk about introverts. I'm an introvert myself, but I just wanted to get the why because I just find it so intriguing.
Right. Well, I think it's because we're coming into a time where people really value people being authentically themselves. And there's people that really want to be transparent about who they are. So I think it's a time where people are not putting up fronts, where they are trying to be something that they're not. I know, I'll give you an example. When you I'll just do it like with dating. When you meet somebody, you start interacting with them and talking to them, and you may be putting up fronts to really impress the person and not let your genuine person come out. And then as time goes on, you feel more relaxed and will let your true self comes out. I think now people are coming to the point that they really want to do big and audacious things. And the only way that they can do that is really be true to themselves. And as a result of that, people are just they're being themselves. So you have more people that are talking about the power of introversion, where it was a bad thing before, but now it's deemed a good thing because that's who they truly are. So it allows them to
Yeah.
be more creative, to be more innovative, and really be able to resonate with other people like them, where you'll find your happy space where people can really connect and feel seen, heard, and understood because they're around people that have similar values and similar, ways of doing business that they are more apt to connect with because of that.
I like that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Davis, you just demonstrated the power of introverts, the thoughtfulness of your question, the depth of the question, and what it was able to reveal is it's giving me this sense, Inga, that maybe it's not a battle between introverts and extroverts. As you mentioned, people are coming to the space where they feel they can show up just the way they are.
Right.
So if your natural tendencies are to be loud, boastful, gregarious. You have never met a stranger before. Well, be that way.
Exactly.
And if your natural tendencies are to be thoughtful, reserved, draw back, wait until you know more before you engage, well, be that way. And
Exactly.
yet, what I'm hearing as like the thread for being successful in business is whichever way you are, it never works to engage in providing any solution until you truly have taken the time to understand, to hear, to listen, and to have others feel heard, seen, and understood. And then what you're offering is naturally a match for what they're dealing with. So thank you for that, Dr. Davis. We've got a question from Michelle. Michelle, and then Gio, join us.
Oh, good morning, Sorrel. Good morning, everyone. Well, you said just what I was raising my hand to say. It's not that one is better than the other. Be who you are, because some people are naturally extroverted. I'm the opposite. I'm more of an introvert, and I need to feel safe, and it's important for me to be understood. So you really said what I was about to say. It's not either or, but to embrace who you are and come from a place of service and be your authentic self, whoever that self is for you.
Right.
I'm complete. And good morning.
I got
Thank
that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. It's great to see you here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Gio, good morning, brother.
Good morning. Good morning. I wanted to be playful a little bit, Sorrel, with this conversation, and that is that there was an aspect that you were pointing to, or not. You were pointing to the conversation is leading in some way as if extroverts are not thoughtful and the introverts are the smart ones and the extroverts are the like loud and not smart and not thoughtful. And I wanted to add a little bit of the conversation, because how it has occurred to me, Sorrel and Inga, over the years, is that I saw myself evolving more towards the possibility that an extrovert is, but I don't know what an extrovert is, and I haven't defined it. But what I'm pointing to is, as I was evolving and growing as a human being, more comfortable in my own thinking and in my own skin, and the threat that it was before to give my opinion about something is no longer as loud as it was before. So Sorrel and Inga, I felt for a while, I felt that all of us are extrovert, just haven't discovered that that comfortable place to be out there. Now, there are different ways to be out there. There are ways to be out there in a more reserved way, but I felt it was more a personality thing. So I wanted to shout out to my extroverts, and I want to tell them that you are thoughtful, that that you guys are amazing, and you guys are part of my club. Okay, I just wanted to add that to the
I
conversation.
love it, Gio. Extroverts unite.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. As Michelle was pointing to it, there's no right way to be. There's just a way you are.
That's right.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Gio, I love it. I love the playfulness, and it brings us right back to the labels are misleading.
Yeah.
The labels are really misleading. So we could begin to toy with the idea that there's no such thing as an introvert and no such thing as an extrovert. There's a human being the way he or she is being in this moment and embracing the opportunity to be comfortable and at home with being just the way they're being. Yeah. Gio, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to add something, Sorel, that you guys are reminding me. It's triggering. I remember being in a program a while ago, and I was, they asked in the room to give an opinion of something, and I raised my hand, really afraid, right? I was like, really afraid of the room and the opinion of others. And I raised my hand and I got up and I was, the instructor, right? He said, "What the hell are you so scared about?" And I wasn't like expecting that. And he's like, "Look at you, like you're like falling here. And what am I gonna do to you?" Like, but he was saying, "But really think. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Really think. What are you so scared about?" And I started looking for the first time. I started looking. I don't know, I told him. I don't know. I guess nothing. He says, "Okay, now be with your emotions and ask the question then." And I was liberated at that moment from something. I don't know what it was. I can't tell you yet. What did I get liberated from? But a network of emotions got completed at that moment for my life. And anyway, I wanted to add that to the conversation. And
thank you, Gio. Thank you. Well, Dr. Davis, you have one more comment, and then Inga, I'm going to come back to you and ask you to close us out, okay?
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much. I just wanted to veggie of what Gio marvelously just said. I had a similar experience once as an introvert when someone told me they perceived me as very quiet. But then they finally said, you know, Joy, it is possible that what's going on in your head and what you're thinking about as everyone else is talking, that your voice is the exact voice that someone else needs to hear. Have you ever thought about that? And kind of like you, Gio, when they said that, it
beautiful.
like unleashed something in me. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're right. Like all these thoughts in my head, you know, maybe I can share and maybe it can really serve and minister to someone. And ever since then, I just talk to cashiers left and right freely.
That's awesome.
I love Dr. Davis.
Perfect. Well,
I think, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to end just to say this. Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, I think it's very important for you to be who you authentically are and not feel like you have to be something that you're not. And that when you're dealing with other people, I think it's also so important that you let them know that they are seen, that they are heard and understood. And whichever way really resonates with you as a person. Because at the end of the day, we are all people. This is a human thing. We want to treat people like the humans that they are and not the number, especially when it comes to business. I know sometimes we can get really focused on making the sale, making the income, getting to our next level, having the prestige and status that we want to have. But at the end of the day, the only way that we can have those kind of things is to help people get what they want so we can get what we want. And you know, that Zig Ziglar, that quote is just so important. And the more that we understand and really truly see and hear people and find out what they need and how we can help them with that need, that is when we're going to have that true impact and then be able to serve. Because at the end of the day, it's all about service. I think Dr. Davis said that. It is really all about service. How can we serve people? It's not about the sale. The sale is just I'll just say an effect of being of service to someone. If you're really of service to someone, yeah, you'll get the sale, but you got to serve first. And then you can help others do the same and be able to tell them, hey, follow me. Let me help you with this. And it will be exactly what you need, because I really knew what you wanted. And now I can help you reach your desired result.
Wow. I love it. Never heard a sale quite described that way, but what's landing with me and staying here, and again, I'm immensely grateful for that, is that when a sale happens, it's a confirmation that another human being was seen, heard,
and understood. That's right.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And that leads us to our 8 tenets that sound so appropriate after you've just said what you said, to love, to cherish the quality over quantity in relationships,
right?
To laugh out loud. Perhaps, I love laughing out loud. I'm the loud guy. I'm the guy that goes into the room and I know everyone, even when I don't know them. But to laugh quietly in situations and looking perhaps and laughing at the comfort of my inner thoughts, stress less, eat mostly plant-based, even when you don't want to. And every now and then, stuff down a couple of burgers, you won't die. Give. And one of the ways I'm seeing to give now, Inga, is to listen intently. Maybe that's a gift to people, the gift of my listening. Sleep, move, and last but not least, check your assumptions. That's our episode for today, folks. Inga, thank you for being here. Giovanni and everyone who participated, thank you for your pristine listening. We'll see you again on Monday morning, bright and early.
Thank you. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Daily Huddle family.
Hey guys.
I'm Zach.
I'm Kimberly.
And we're your hosts for Money Monday on the podcast. And we have been with the Daily Huddle now for a little over a year, and it has been transformative. It's been fantastic for us, and I hope it's been fantastic for you guys.
We are super excited to see you on our 1,000th episode. I can't believe it's been 1,000 episodes, but
see you guys there.
Thank you everybody for helping us get to our 1,000th episode on the Daily Huddle. We are so excited. This is Catherine and Tara from Relationships and Communications on Tuesday.
When we started this journey together, built a community of strength and authenticity around us. We showed up to give, but we've received more than we ever could have imagined.
Way more.
And it's all thanks to you.
Here we are approaching the 1,000th episode of the Daily Huddle. I've laughed, I've cried in private and in public. Daily Huddle has been something that has really soothed me from the inside. It's been an amazing experience. Happy 1,000th that it's right on the way. This is something that is a necessary vibe. I love you all. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited that we are celebrating 1,000th episode. I'm your host for Thursday Spiritual Matters, Dr. Monica Ogando. This is really an ensemble cast. It is really a joint, a village, a community effort, a community celebration. And so I want to thank you personally for being part of the Daily Huddle family. And here's to 1,000 more.
3 years, 1,000 episodes. I want you to know that none of it is possible without the pristine listening that you provide. We are celebrating you, and I cannot wait for 1,000 more episodes of us being together as family, making a difference for the world.
I can't believe it's 1,000 episodes. A big thank you for being part of my life. You gave me a new context for life, and I have to tell you, my life is richer because you have been part of it. I love you, and I'll see you later.
Wow, that is excellent.